And I am so excited to welcome our next speaker, David.
Thank y'all so much. That's such a warm welcome, and y'all look amazing today. But I have one question, okay? How many of y'all have had a fear that at the end of this life, that's it? Like, this is only but a vapor, as what we see in Scripture. It's here today, and it could be gone tomorrow. Has anybody ever had the thought, like, I don't possibly have tomorrow? Oh, yeah. Right? Yeah, absolutely. With me right there? Okay, yeah. So, are you living the life that you're supposed to, and are you leaving the legacy that you're going to? Because we're all going to leave a legacy of some kind. You know, there's a time when this really hit me, because I wasn't even knowing where I was going in life. I was already married, kids, but I was confused. I was like, what is the legacy that I'm really living? And I had to search for that. It was almost like I lost meaning. Has anybody ever felt like they lost meaning in life? Yes. Yeah. And what I realized was that because of the failures that I had throughout life, things I've been through, traumas, loss, I think we can all relate to that, right? I started telling myself lies. I built up a story of somebody that I actually wasn't. I built up a story of somebody that was a failure as a husband, a failure as a father. But it was a lie. It was a story that I allowed to seep in from what I was telling myself when I allowed the world to tell me. Right? The world is going to want to tell you who you are. But you don't define you by the world. Because honestly, you are who you are and where you are because of what has gone into your mind. So if you want to change who you are and where you are, you're going to change what goes into your mind. Right? So we have to have a shift in our mind. Right? We have to take that shift. Sometimes this comes at turning points or crossroads in our lives. For me, that happened August 2011. I was in Killeen, Texas, here, military town. I was serving in the military. I was a combat medic. I was there for some crazy training that a medic doesn't really need to be going to, a landmine detecting course. Like you want the medic that's out with you to go look for landmines. Like, no, come on now. You don't want to do that. I went ahead and I took liberty because I was away from my wife to drink a little too much. Got a call from some friends back in Austin, only an hour drive. Let me go ahead and jump in my truck. I drove here to Killeen. I can leave. And so I did. It was at an hour that I shouldn't have been driving. At a point I should not have been drinking that much, but I did it. And you know what happened? Boy, I had a good time. I am telling you, I had the radio cranked up. You know, I had Def Leppard going. I'm just sitting there singing all to myself, swerving from lane to lane, not caring about anything going on. The road was dark, 2-lane road, country road, not a lot going on. Pass a car, pass a cow. That was kind of the scene. But I was coming up to an area that had more lights, I-35. Some of you guys have seen it. It gets pretty congested at times. But when I saw those lights and I looked up there, I caught a glimpse of the lights of different colors that were staring me down in my rearview mirror. And my heart dropped into my stomach because I knew what was about to happen. I mean, it just sank like somebody had dropped just a boulder down into my gut, into the seat of my soul. So I pull over, as you should, took the keys out of the ignition. Well, rolled down the window first, power windows. Took the keys out of the ignition. I put them up on the dashboard along with my hands. I was used to this. I had done this before, so I assumed the position. Okay? Anybody ever done that? Like, you get pulled over, anxiety, you're like, oh my gosh, roll down the window, put the keys up, put your hands where they can see them, and just wait. But see, here's the thing. This wasn't my first time. This was my second DWI that I was facing in the same county. That doesn't play nice. I knew that I was facing a year away from my family. A pregnant wife, recently married a couple months before, 6-year-old daughter I've been raising, well, she was 7 at the time, been raising her for a year. I was going to possibly go away for an entire year. Supposed to deploy at the end of the year in Afghanistan to go serve my country and be there with my people I trained with. I felt broken. I felt scared. I felt alone. I was like, David, you're a failure. You're going to ruin your marriage. You failed as a father. I started continuing to believe that I was this failure. And sitting there on a cold concrete floor in Williamson County Jail in 2011, the Lord met me there and said, I have more for you. This is not your life. This is not your legacy. You can make a change right now. If you have a shift in your mind and you step into who I have called you to be rather than who you've let the world tell you you are, then you are going to not only change your life, but the lives of others that you have an opportunity to influence. And they will influence others. That is legacy building. That goes far beyond anything I will ever do in this life. So I made some really small changes, really small, because it all starts in the mind, right? That shift in mind. So I changed what I was putting in because I wanted to get a different output, right? So what I do, simple things, prayer and meditation. I connected with the Lord as he connected with me. Do what that looks like for you. Books, motivational podcasts, professional development, and an attitude of gratitude. 3 gratitudes a day, journal them down, and pass them on. Thank you.